Business Focus with Kudzie, Sharara on the Champions League Breakfast.
Good morning and welcome to Business Focus. What do you dream of doing? Traveling until the pages in your passport run out? Making the world your personal wardrobe? Acquiring a taste for the finer things in life? Or just treating yourself from the big to the small? MasterCard is here to make it all come true. Choosing MasterCard isn't just choosing the best life has to offer. It's also saying yes to safe and convenient transacting, living it up and stacking up benefits while you are at it. Priceless. MasterCard Zimbabwe. Good morning and welcome to Business Focus. As always with Kudzie Sharara. We discuss a lot of what's happening in the world of business. Good morning, Kudzie. How are you?
Good morning, Tinashe. Good morning, everyone.
Great. Thank you so much, Kudzie. Let's, as always, begin with our Did You Know? That's our newest segment, Did You Know? But it has to do with business.
Yes. So, Tinashe, my question today is, we Zimbabwe, we export and we import.
Yes.
So I want, which country do we export more of our exports to? And also, which country do we import more from? So it could be the same country where we export and also import from the most, or it could be two different countries. We export more to a certain country and then import more from another country. So which country, by value, and I'm talking about by value, in terms of value, which country do we export more of our exports to, and which country do we import more of by value? Yes.
Is it the current setup or previously?
No, current
setup.
Yeah, even current setup. Yes.
All right, so come through on our WhatsApp platform 0719100404. Which country do we import most of our products from?
Yeah.
And where do we export more to, right?
Yes, right. Exactly.
All right, come through as we discuss other things. You can bring in your answers on our WhatsApp platform, and then we'll come back to that. And of course, yesterday, His Excellency President Mnangagwa delivered the State of the Nation address, popularly known as the SONA. Okay, any thoughts?
Yeah, so as expected, Tinashe, some of the things that found their way into SONA, State of the Nation, are things that we have spoken about here on Business Focus. So it wasn't a surprise that they found their way into SONA. And I think yesterday again we asked for people to contribute in terms of what they would want to see in SONA. And I think one thing that is a challenge that most people spoke about yesterday is the issue of the health sector. And the president said that the health sector is undergoing a significant development program focusing on strengthening human resources, then improving health financing and modernizing infrastructure and technology. And he says these efforts aim to improve healthcare access and quality with a focus on mental and child health, disease prevention, and digital health integration. So a lot of people, contributors yesterday, they spoke about health as the biggest challenge and they wanted action on that, and the president spoke to that. Nothing in specific, but just highlighting the focus areas for the health sector. And then obviously, there are things that we sometimes we don't talk much about in terms of what these economies are achieved in terms of when it comes to tobacco production, it was record levels. So it's something that we can applaud ourselves for. Wheat, we are again at record levels in terms of production and also in terms of exports, in terms of record production. And then gold, we are also at record levels as well. So I think these are some of the things that, these are some of the things that found their way into the president's State of the Nation address. But for me, a worry though is that there are several bills that he spoke about in SONA 2024 that have not found their way into Parliament. Some have found their way into Parliament, but they have not yet been finalized. And I think Parliament has to do more work with regards these bills that come into play. And then there are he also then spoke about other bills that are also supposed to come into this parliament. So there is the National Productivity Institute bill. This one is interesting one for me, which seeks to create the Zimbabwe Productivity Institute to drive increased productivity across all industries. I'm not sure whether we really need an institution for that, the National Productivity Institute bill. But if it is because it is a challenge, maybe we need it, because productivity in Zimbabwe is very low.
For the benefit of somebody who is listening who is not understanding, what is this bill all about?
Yeah, so the bill, according to what was said, is that it seeks to create the Zimbabwe Productivity Institute, which is meant to drive increased productivity across the board. So this is the bill that the president spoke about, and I think it's important. Why? Because I remember when the former governor of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe, Dr. John Mangunja, he always said that it's about productivity is where we are lacking. So what do we mean by probably people say, what can I mean about productivity actually meaning? So we are talking about in terms of the rate of output per unit of input. And iwe input yawaisa or effort yawaisa iwe tinashe anditi iri kuburitsa quality yakadi or iri kuburitsa rate of output yakadi anditi. I think kune ma benchmarks kuti munhu ukaisa effort yakati, output should be at this level. And I think as a country we have been found wanting in terms of that. So it's a measure of economic performance that compare the amount of goods and services produced, which is the output, with the amount of inputs used to produce those goods and services. So imagine muna anoisa whatever ngave let's say fertilizer per hectare, and it always my inputs anotarisirwa, and but then at the end of the day urikona ma output yacho, harvest yacho iri very low. Something is lacking in terms of productivity. So there's going to be a bill. I don't know how it's going to work, but I know that productivity is a challenge in Zimbabwe. So it's a necessary, maybe it's a necessary thing to have such an institute that does that. And then there will also be amendments to be made for other laws, such as the Iron and Steel Industry Act. Now we have Manize. So I think we need to have a relook at the mining and the Iron and Steel Industry Act. We are now, if you look at my exports at Taurwa Nezim State in Zulu, you can actually see that iron and steel is starting to crop up. I think cases of Manize. And then there is also the Sugar Production Control Act, which again that the president said needs to be looked at. So these are some of the things that are expected in parliament in the coming session.
There's a question as well coming up from someone says, I missed the SONA address yesterday. Any information to do with my reforms?
He mentioned them in passing, that it's something that is being done.
Okay.
Yeah, there wasn't anything really like concrete put set by effective from this day, but he mentioned that this is what government is doing in terms of the reforms. Yeah. So yeah.
All right, us.
Yeah, it hasn't been effected. He says the necessary legislation, statutory instruments are still being worked on. So it's not yet. No one was on it. Akanzi $50. I see 35 wire. I started wrap up demo. So it's something that we hope it's going to be fast tracked. Yes. Overtime manje papa. I don't know what's going on, but ndopa not do overtime papa. Regards risk. I think another thing that he spoke about, which I think a lot of people will be interested in, is that he says the government is committed to weeding out irresponsible mining stakeholders who cause pollution, degradation of the environment, and damage to critical infrastructure. And I think we've seen, mazano phones acquire. We've seen a lot of videos where there is seems to be a
uncontrolled
mining. And the president is saying that as we welcome investors in our country, we expect that they will adhere to the constitution and laws of our country, while also respecting our people, customs, and culture. Even if you respect our people, we've seen my fight at with some international investors, and the president saying so. I would call it vakaita bembera, but pana rutozikana target day. I also told the tinasheka nongora bembera. But I think this is those who are violating the country's laws and not respecting our people, customs, and culture. I think they know themselves. President vakataura semunhu mukuru, and if they were listening, I think this message should be driven home, and the necessary law enforcement officers vane mashoko apresident aya, and I think that's good enough to make sure that no one is causing pollution. If it is EMA, make sure that no one is causing pollution, no matter which nationality, land degradation of the environment, and damage to critical infrastructure. I think the necessary government agencies and should take heed of this message from the president, which was in the SONA. Yeah.
All right, it's 8 minutes before the news at 8 a.m. Keep your lights on and your city bills sorted the easy way with Pay Now Top Up. Paying your ZESA tokens or city bills has never been this simple. Just dial *82# *82# and follow the prompts. That's all you need to do. Or visit www.topup.co.zw www.topup.co.zw to make your payments instantly. Reload your ZESA in seconds by dialing *828#, then #ZESA, or settle your council bills for Harare, Bulawayo, Mutare, Chinoi, and many more, all from one place. Whether you are using EcoCash, One Money, or Inbox, Pay Now Top Up gives you total convenience, anytime, anywhere. No queues, no stress, just quick, reliable payments that keep everything running smoothly. Need help? Our Pay Now Top Up support team is always available on WhatsApp 0719 900 809. 0719 900 809, or our social media platforms at Pay Now Top Up on Facebook. For more updates at Pay Now Top Up. Pay your bills the smart way with Pay Now Top Up. So Kudzie, let's get back into understanding more in terms of
yes. Did you know?
Inputs akawanda. Okay, first, before we get Anzina Mairumbi, thank you so much for explaining the abbreviation of SONA. And really lights out.
Okay.
State of the Nation address. All right. So this one says we export more to China. This one says, we just wrote South Africa. We don't know whether for import or for export. This one says Tapelo in Harare says these days we are importing and trading with South Africa and China. Another one says both exports and imports. It's South Africa. We import more from South Africa. This one says China, both imports and exports. We import more from China as well as exports.
China.
For what? For imports, for exports?
Everything is China.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. I think we...
Yes, you want to try.
Yeah, I want to try. I think we are importing more. It could be two countries. Can I put them?
Yes, it could be. Yeah.
China and Dubai for imports.
For imports, okay.
I think... because I'm thinking some of the goods that we are seeing are coming in from South Africa as well.
China.
Let me put them three.
Okay.
China, Dubai, and South Africa for imports.
For imports, okay.
Exports. I think UAE as well.
For exports.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I think okay. So Shumba ma gona pa ma exports is UAE.
UAE.
Yeah, and vazhinji vachamuzwa kuti chii chatiri kumboendesa ikoko it's mostly gold. Yeah, so over this yatoene makore a few years now we're exporting most of our gold is vying via Dubai, yes. So it becomes because with gold the biggest export yedu, and yesterday we were talking about $1.9 billion worth for the 9 months to September. We've since exported gold worth 1.9 billion, and which is one of the highest. So it's UAE. And then in terms of imports, South Africa.
Wow.
Yes, it's South Africa.
So we are importing more from South Africa than any other country in the world.
Any other countries, yes. China, okay. So South Africa, Shumba, it is 35.6%. And it South Africa, 35.6% from the total. And then China, Mamshara Shumba, it is 14.4%. Yeah, pane China in terms of our imports. And then in terms of our exports, UAE, it is 49.8%. Korea South Africa at 18.2%, because they are China at 15.1%. So China is but when you then do the overall analysis, South Africa is Zimbabwe's biggest trading partner, because but
import and export
both. Yes, if you look at UAE kanata kuzotara pa kuimport, we don't import much. It's about 3.6%. Yes,
ko ways UK and America.
Okay, so UK ukatarisa kuma exports aitorimo ka top 10, ukatarisa kuma imports UK aimo futi mu top 10. So we don't trade that much with the UK, despite having mazimbos akawanda ariko. I think going forward, probably we should start to see, because I've seen quite a number of Zimbabwe institutions that are trying to go there. But I think it's also then a matter of numbers as well, because you cannot only export to Zimbabweans. You then need those in the UK who are not non-Zimbabweans to be also importing from Zimbabwe. My remittances, it should be UK if I'm not mistaken, but it should be UK, South Africa, and the United States. The United States is up there. I was surprised. Yeah, it should be in the top 5, or if not top 3. The United States. We actually have quite a number of symbols there.
In terms of exports of human knowledge
of people, I think South Africa has got more numbers. Apana anonyatsoziva kuti manamba yachakadii. We always say, hey, une 3 million Zimbabweans. I'm not sure how true is that. Also ku UK manumbers asati asvika kuma millions. I can't remember the actual number, but asati awanda zvekudaro. But yes, and the last Friday the Ministry of Skills and Audit Development, they were talking about kuti vada kuisa a scheme, like arrangement here between Zimbabwe and Rwanda. My teachers they don't end up Rwanda, and then any hurumende and something out of it, and they are also protected there in terms of their rights and stuff like that. They want to have similar arrangements with different other countries for different human skills that we have as Zimbabweans, so that vana vangoende vamwe vachinozoposa vaitwa maslaves kune dzimwe nyika dzavatinombounzwa vaya. Yes, my cases are here and there, but it could be rampant and you might not know.
There's a question answer called Japan kwatiri kutora mota tiri papi.
It's an interesting one. Japan in terms of imports, because mota dzirimo mumatop chakuti, but in terms of top 10 Japan aitoripo zvachose.
So Japan is mainly vehicles.
Yes, it's mainly vehicles, but aimo muningirikini pama major import sources edu, because if you have Singapore, for example, it at 1.9%. Which means Japan, whatever we're importing from there, it's way below that. And yeah, so you look at our major. I wanted to look at our major imports. Yeah, but in terms of our major vehicles are up there in terms of some of our imports.
Just a quick one,
not in top 10. Yeah.
Time media somebody says, what's the purpose of paying VAT per border when you import, when the goods won't be or are not manufactured in Zimbabwe?
mubvunzo wezimura iwowo but mutemo I guess mutemo unenge wakaiswayo kuti unofanira kubhadhara VAT. So yeah, but I think ari kutarisa in terms of value added, it's value added. So ndiri kubva nemota yeuko, where is the value addition? It's an interesting one, yeah, but I think Zimura will give us a response.
Anzi muzotichekerawo kuti which one is going out. Anzi lithium ne gold chii chiri kunyanya kubuda?
Officially, it's gold. Officially, it's gold. That was our biggest export.
Okay.
But whether pane lithium iri kubuda zvisiri kunyatsozikana zvisiri kurekodwa, I wouldn't know. But officially, it's gold. Those are our biggest export.
Okay.
Yes. Platinum. Yeah, platinum is up there, but gold, gold chibaba. Gold kumberi. Gold munhu wese kamzimbo, makorokoza pamsao. It's everywhere. But platinum is a few miners. Do you know in terms of gold, my big mine houses aya munoziva vanonzi my big mine houses, they produce less gold than small gold zhinji rinobva kune timu
wow
majority
artisanal miners.
Yes. My big miners are kuna.
All right, let's put a full stop here and end for today. Thanks Kudzie for today.
Cheers.
Business Focus with Kudzie Sharara on the Champions League Breakfast.